All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. All right, the title of this lesson is called Babylon. Every year, it gets worse for Babylon, man. All right, now we in 2025, okay, the hopeful year of the destruction of Esau, man. Okay, and ultimately we see people that are rooting for this place. They're losing, man. You know, this place is waxing worse and worse, as the scriptures say, which we're gonna get. Okay, but ever since this man, you know, since the 70s, man, this man has been losing his power. You see? Matter of fact, let's start off with that Revelation 12 and 12. Okay. Yeah, get that real quick. Sorry, something's going on with my book bag. This is Revelation 12 and 12, you know, because ultimately Esau, he's going to use his blessing, which is the sword, to try to overthrow the Israelites, man. All right, which, you know, he's always been doing that, but he going try to go out with a bang. Okay, so real quick.
Yep. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
You see that? So who's the devil? The self-proclaimed white man. He's the deceiver on the earth. Okay? And so what does the scripture say in St. John 8 and 44? Right? Ye are of your father the devil. Yahweh was talking about the devil being the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, he was talking to Israelites. They were acting like Edomites. Okay, so it says the devil is come unto you because he knows that he had but a short time. Right now, meaning what? He's going to come down on heavier persecutions. Okay, he's laying. We see these tweets with your boy E. Musk. Okay, talking about you know, well, I don't even know if you can say the N word anymore, the N link. You know,
yeah,
certain buzzwords, you know what I mean? We don't even want to chance it. But y'all know the company, the N-Link company, where they put in the C-hips in people's brains.
NWO link.
Yeah, he basically he wants to normalize that. You see? He wants, but those are the false sciences, falsely so-called, man. Those are his miracles on the left-hand side that he was gonna get people to worship, okay, whenever they see, okay? Which is going to ultimately lead into the MOTB system, right? So, that was it on Revelation 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You were holding. Well, I wanted to get 2 Timothy. It was at 3 and 13, and I can call and read some while you look for yours. Let me get this real quick.
Con, I had something real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. It says, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon. Bless you. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed."
Yeah, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed, but she's not gonna be healed. Okay, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, the great whore. Okay, that's all synonymous with America, man. All right. At the end of the day. And this is the main hub of wickedness on the earth. Everybody looks at this place like it's the best place on the earth. You know, everybody like New York.
Right.
You know, like everybody wants to go to New York, right?
Yeah.
Talking about New York City, not New York State. The specific city of New York, which is ultimately it's its own thing. It has its own mayor, own governor.
City state.
It's a city within a state. You know, basically, it's governed by its own laws and everything.
New York City got its own spirit.
Yeah.
Because New York State is huge. Not as big as Texas. I'm saying, Salaki, brother. I didn't been all through, man, New York State. New York State, you got Buffalo, you got Syracuse, you got
Albany.
Yeah. You got Kendall, you got Ithaca, you got Jamestown. That's right on the Canadian border. Mm-hmm. And in New York, I could take y'all to spots in New York State that you wouldn't even think you was in fucking New York.
Right.
You would think you was out here in Texas, or you would think you was in the mountains, beautiful New York. But like the brother said, New York City is a series of islands.
Right. That's the 5 boroughs. You know?
Well, the Bronx is the only part that's on the mainland. That's connected to the mainland. The Bronx. But that's, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, so you know, this place, everybody is bought into this place. That's why when it talks about in Revelation 14, those that receive the mark, receive the mark and the image of the beast and his number of his name. You gotta take on the image of the beast. You gotta accept the image of the beast. You gotta really want this place, this man's NWO agenda to come in fruition, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to keep your toys. That's the only way you're gonna be able to continue playing in this earth. Okay? But we have a job to do on the earth as prophets, man.
For a temporary time.
Exactly.
That's what these dumb, like the idiot that was the Spanish tribe, the word of the Lord is being spoken. They drop out blasting their fucking music.
Yeah.
Right? They're just retarded.
Yeah.
Because like the Bible says, the whole world is in gross darkness.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, you take the chip, but you think that, like, do they really believe that the white man is just gonna let all these people just continue operating like this is all being done for a purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
This is all being done for a purpose.
Right.
This is all a part of what Ordo ab chaos,
Exactly.
the elite set up, order through chaos. They allow all this dysfunction and craziness, the alphabet shit and all this crazy shit. People, women out of order, people, men out. They're doing this because they want to bring about. We gotta put things in order.
Yeah.
These people are all gone. You see them out? These people are nothing but dead bodies walking around.
Right.
They're already dead. But then they walk by and look at us like weird, but that's okay. It's supposed to be that way.
God.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Edom is he's cooking up enchantments for your ass, man. You know, we just had the attack on the 2 T's, right? Which is a common theme for change, right? The Twin Towers, the Trump Tower, right? Those 2 T's, man. Or those, like in the Masonic rituals, the twin tassels, how they use, you know, they pretty much, which represent the towers, the pillars, the 2 pillars that the Masons, they stand for, man. You know, which they symbolize the strength of this house, man, which is about to be brought down. You see, you know, and but it's all going back to this ritual, man. This snake in the garden, Esau Edom, this deceiver, man. He's setting it up already, and it's playing out before your eyes, and that's a foreshadowing what we've seen in an entry of 2025. Is a foreshadowing of more chaos to come this year, to set up this technocracy, to set up this.
You on? You don't breeze through that technocracy.
Right.
Okay. Technology and democracy combined.
Right.
Okay, which Esau uses his technology to basically perform miracles.
Right.
Okay, and then on the political side, democracy, which the democracy is supposed to be you electing your officials, right? But where is that in the scriptures? Where did the Lord say that you're supposed to elect an individual, you know, to rule over you? When Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our power. Okay, that idea of having a king and all that stuff, that came from the heathen anyway, right?
Yep.
But I got to preach that. Okay,
No, you got it.
real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." You see that? So this place is the congregation of the dead. People, what's a congregation? Area where a group of people get together, right? This whole place, everybody's coming here, everybody's putting their resources together, basically, you know, to accomplish what they, you know, they're trying to accomplish their dreams here in America, the American dream, right?
Yeah.
Everybody going to work, trying to get paid, right? 25 lighters on my dresser, you know, trying to get paid, right? That's the whole point of being in America.
Yeah.
So this is what? It's the land of opportunity, right? But guess what? Are you operating in the way of understanding? Is wisdom leading you in all your thoughts, as the scriptures say? You see, if not, then guess what? You're gonna be caught up. You're gonna be caught up with these people, man. Hey, the scriptures say what? Congregation of the dead.
Yeah.
So guess what, man? That means spiritually dead. If you're not locked in with the spirit, that means you're spiritually dead. Okay? Oh, let me get a precept real quick. Go ahead.
this and that word congregation too, it's synonymous with the word church as well. You know, congregation. You know, people worship after this system. You know, I had something real quick. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. It says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed," right? And we know that this is the revamping, the re-illustration of the Roman Empire. All right, that wounded head, all right, that was the Roman Empire, then it came back to America, okay? It says, "And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon."
Yeah, well, hold on. Why is the world wondering after the beast?
Right.
Because look how tall the buildings are. Look how broad the streets are. They're well paved. They got good sewer systems. They got great infrastructure. They got health care. You get benefits, right? All of these things. Look, they put lights on the trees.
Oh goodness.
You know, you can make a lot of. It's very good economy here, right? So that's
brother to join us here.
Con.
Brothers got it. They got a whole bunch of dudes over there.
Con, right?
This officer join us.
You know, that's the
still
point. Yeah, con. So read that scripture again, bro. Baba Kushak.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. It says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and the deadly wound was healed."
Right, that's this place, man. Ultimately, Rome 2.0.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and I just saw that movie. Did y'all see Gladiator 2
I
yet?
still gotta see it. I still gotta see it.
Man, I'm gonna go see it again.
Yeah.
That movie, bro, y'all gotta see that movie.
Con, yeah, I gotta
I've
see
been
that.
I try to get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
Me and my woman went to see it like before Christmas. Like, no, I'm lying. Christmas Day. So-called Christmas Day. Me and my woman, she cooked. But then afterwards, we went to go see the movie.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? And yo, that movie's bad. Ecclesiastes 1:9.
Yep.
The thing that has been, it show you that at that point, that's when Jake was getting in power in Rome. Before the Roman Empire actually fell, but Jake was actually in power. But like all the decadence and crazy shit, the mole shit, that was going on back then. So before a kingdom totally fell, like that, as you were watching the movie, I was like, yo, that's America. That's what's now.
Yeah.
Right,
It was total fucking like weirdo decadence, man.
right.
Yeah.
Con. Yeah, well, that's the place. That's the spirit that this place is in right now. Okay.
When you see the movie, brother, you gonna get it.
Con.
Lord willing, before I leave the theaters, all you brothers, even you brothers on the coming board,
Yeah.
Lord willing, go see that movie, man. I would rather one of these days, man, I'll go catch a matinee by myself and go see it
Right.
again.
Con.
No, yeah.
Con.
And Denzel Washington was in the movie, which they had Denzel, but they did that to show you that they were Jakes. He was like a Roman dude, but he was an Israelite, we know, but
Right.
he was up in there as a Roman top dude. He was wicked as hell.
Yeah.
As a wicked, I don't want to give y'all the movie,
Yeah,
but
yeah, Con. Yeah, well, I seen him play in there. You know. So ultimately, this place pushes that. It pushes, living deliciously, right? It pushes, overly decadence. Okay, that's just the style of America. Okay, especially because it's been untouched, man. Ultimately, by other countries, it hasn't been war torn like other countries
hey,
have
real
been.
talk, hey, Patak.
You know?
Hey, Patak, real talk, you can hang there, man. That camp is loaded, camp. You can hang there, man.
Just like the brother Ainaz going into, man.
Yeah,
That's
why
right,
not?
man.
Build up the camp,
Read
man.
Isaiah the 47th
Distribute,
chapter,
man.
you know.
Got a bunch of
That,
dudes talking to each other.
she has
You
been
know what I mean?
called the lady
Hang
of
here with
kingdoms.
us.
You know, she has dwelt carelessly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A city without borders. You know what I'm saying? Or a city
Without walls.
Without walls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's America. The people right now, man, they so comfortable to where they think, man, like, who going, we ain't gonna feel that. Oh, it says that in Isaiah the 47th chapter as well, man. I will not sit as a widow, and I will not know the loss of children.
Yeah.
You know, America, these Edomites, or America as a whole, feel like they ain't gonna be touched like that, man.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they're gonna experience war or poverty or famine like these other countries do. They think that they the low key or not low key, high key. They feel like they the shit.
Oh yeah, they calling the shots for sure.
Why the car running like that, man? Ain't got no brakes, man. You know?
Well, they used to be hot stuff, but now it's different now. Real quick, Revelation 18:7, and that's the whole point of the lesson. You know, America is waxing worse and worse. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I shall sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That lines up with Isaiah the 14th chapter. You know, basically, Esau has the mentality of, you know, God has ordained this place. What was thank you, why you read my mind. Manifest that, because bro, remember when he first came? Well, we wasn't, you know, but y'all
I remember studying it.
according to
You
history.
were.
Right, Khan.
In the past life.
In the past, yeah, Khan, exactly.
You were here.
Exactly.
Remember the things of the scriptures.
Absolutely.
That's your spirit remembering, because we were here, so we do remember.
Right.
Deep in our spirit, it's locked in.
Khan. 13 colonies, right? Even before, you know, then, but when he first established, when they broke free from the British Empire, it was just the 13 colonies. From up there, I think New Hampshire and shit, all the way down to Georgia. You know what I mean? Massachusetts, you know, South Carolina, all that stuff, all the way down to Georgia. That was it. And then he didn't even have Florida. He didn't have Ohio. None of the states to the west, you know, didn't even exist. But his whole motive was to, I'm going to overthrow all of the natives that's on this land. We're gonna take all of this land here. We're gonna make this great empire, right? And the only reason why he was able to, our enterprise is a success, and Anuit Coeptus in the back of a dollar bill, right? The only reason why their enterprise was a temporary success was because the Lord ultimately wanted it to happen that way. Okay, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you're right, because that's what that whole manifest destiny goes into, man. Esau in his mind, in his heart, or in his mind, he knew that it was destiny for him to rule this part of the land, man. That's why he called it manifest destiny.
Yeah.
You know, something that his destiny was made manifest. You know what I'm saying? So he knew that it was his right to rule this part of the world. You know.
Yeah. Well, he took it upon himself.
Yeah.
You know, he stole, he's a thief and a robber, but the Lord allowed him to use his blessing, which is the sword, to basically, you know, have his little fun. Now, you know, that's short, there's a little season. He must be loose a little season, just a little season, right? And that's why it says...
if I can add before you... Manifest Destiny has another side, too. You know what I'm saying? Manifest Destiny has another side, you know, and we're coming into the times of Manifest Destiny. What's it called? That switching or that
paradigm shift.
That paradigm shift is happening, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you in Deuteronomy, 30:7, that those things that happen to us is about to happen to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that manifest destiny, that's beautiful, man. You know, and y'all took total advantage of it, but it's about to come back on you, man.
Yep, Khan. Yeah, it's gonna be manifest. Nahum 3:5. It's gonna be lifted up. That's what's gonna be manifest. Well, that's what's being manifest right now.
That's right.
You see? So I'm gonna just finish that real quick while you get that. It says in Revelation 18:7, again, how much she hath glorified herself. See, you're not supposed to glorify yourself. You're supposed to glorify the Lord. You see? But it says Babylon has glorified herself and lived deliciously. But at what cost? At whose expense? You see? Zechariah, the first chapter. Zechariah chapter 2 as well. You know, he that toucheth you touches the apple of the Lord's eye. You see, at the expense of the Israelites, Esau set up this nation to be even able to be in the position that it was in during World War I, you know, World War II. You know, the Civil War, that was because of Israel. You know, ultimately a fight over who was going to control or who was going to have power over Israel, the federal government or the personal individual. You see, that's all that was. You know, a transfer of power. But y'all
proclamation.
Emancipation Proclamation. You are now emancipated from your individual owners, and now you are out. Now you are part of the federal. Now you are property of the federal government.
Yeah, that's why when they were during the war, when the war was still active, the federal government, the Republican Party, what did they do? They said, that movie Glory with them. See, man, that's why I gotta. Like I told you, brothers. Remember last year, 2 years ago when I first got here.
Yeah.
I wanted to implement movie nights, and I learned that from Apostle Taha. And we gonna Lord willing do that, man. Have movies. The movie Glory shows you that.
Yeah.
Denzel, Morgan Freeman was in that movie. That came out back in the 80s. I was in high school, I think, when that movie came out. Anyways, it showed you the slaves were running away, contraband, they call them slaves. When the Union soldiers were coming through the Confederate territory, they were just snatching slaves right up the reservation, whatever, off the plantation and putting uniforms on. Okay, fight for your freedom, nigga. But then they wasn't getting no better treatment from the northern white man than it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But they was like, okay, like there was an old saying I remember years ago, took the chains off your ankles and put them around your brains. You know? That's why you got guys like Anton Daniels thinking they don't believe in America. These niggas, it's like Esau let them get a little crumbs. Like we hang out with jakes that got money. We know jakes that got money. But you got little crumbs.
Yeah.
You might have, like, let's say a jake might have 10 million in the bank.
Right.
That's crumbs.
Oh yeah.
These Edomites, these elites are liquid. They're liquid. They're on a level above that. They own you, man.
Yeah.
But these jakes, they got a couple of little dollars. Even Floyd Mayweather, come on, man. Oh, just keep $1 million on me. Remember we was talking about that in the barbershop tonight.
It was. Yep.
Now, some of that Jake you was talking to tonight,
He got cash.
that dude,
Yeah.
I dare say he's a millionaire.
Oh yeah.
Not just him,
That's
but a
on the
few of
low.
them.
Yeah.
Like, we be rubbing elbows over there in the shop where the elder work. Them dudes be having cream.
Yeah.
Them people that come in there like, yo, you rubbing elbows, but they take to that brother, the spirit, they take to us, like, you know. You know what I mean? But even them, they still in the darkness.
Oh yeah.
Because they gonna have to keep that cream. He got to take the MOTB.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the scriptures say, scarcely shall a rich man enter into the kingdom. Hardly, I'll say. You know, because you gotta basically put all that shit off to enter into the kingdom. You can't even bring your own physical body. So how you think you're gonna bring in your possessions? You gotta give it up before you can get it back. You see? So all of the positions that people have, you know, that are Israelites, you know, the reason why, ultimately, even the reason why they persecuted the saints was because they didn't want to lose their positions in the earth, right? That's why Yahweh said, he that seeketh his life shall lose it. He that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
Right.
What y'all got?
Well, I'll just add to what Apostle Rakab was saying about them niggas being in darkness, man. And what the scriptures speak about that in Isaiah the 60th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? The light has and the glory of the Lord has risen upon certain men in the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is in complete darkness, man. It says this earth is in darkness, these people in gross darkness, man, which is ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So like the apostle was saying, these niggas are stupid, man. They're ignorant. Which, as a matter of fact, the Lord says, my people are sottish children, man, stupid. You know? So they thinking they doing something, moving in the earth like they're moving because they don't have any knowledge, man, which the scriptures speak of that. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. They don't have the proper understanding, so they think because they got a little money, they doing something in the society which is about to be destroyed, man. You know? But the men that this light has shone upon, the glory of the Lord is upon, hey, we understand this is temporary, man. All this is going away. Your little cash ain't gonna represent anything shortly. You know what I'm saying?
I got some. This is James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." Right? We know chiefly this is talking about Esau, Edom, and their elites. But it even so trickles down into the higher ups of our people as well. You know, where they think that they've got the bag or they've taken part in these initiating in the Masonic lodges and these rituals, you know, up to them. And then even your day-to-day entrepreneur, man, right? This riches of this society is corrupted because it was established upon the building of the destruction of the nation of Israel. Okay, this land, the fortune, this America, man, was gathered on blood, stealing, killing, and robbing, man. So it's corrupted.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like also like the apostle. You gonna
No,
say
I
something?
said no. I said I just con.
Oh, okay. yeah, you're right. Because I mean, when that time comes, really, during when the Lord starts to put a foot in the ass of these people, man, and in this country, all those things are going to be come to naught.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No. But see, I'm sorry, brother. If the Lord removed slightly, his foot was all the way up, and then he took it halfway out, and Jake think they in heaven.
Right.
You know, now that you can drive a car and shit, now you like, okay, I'm good. You so used to having a foot up your ass.
Right.
You don't know what you think you in heaven as soon as it kind of gets halfway, like, okay, like, you know, a little bit of respite, and then now, like, I'm back, and now I can be back.
Toes get removed.
Yeah. Now you can be a demon again.
Right.
You know? But okay, now you're gonna get 2 feet.
Yeah, that's why these niggas are out of control now. You go on YouTube, especially so-called black people, because remember, they went from slavery, the whole civil rights movement, so now Jake is, you got, but hold on, back then, you had Negroes that was doing good done. You had none of these so-called black person was a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You had well-to-do Nick Durham. You had niggas in the deep south that were slaves. You had Jake up north that was living good. And you had Jakes in the south that were free too. Their own slaves.
Yeah. Always touch upon that because some of Jake, it's a portion of Jake that came over here as refugees, and they fled from the British Isles or Europe and came over here, and they weren't part of the transatlantic slave trade. And they came and they actually were established, had some land. They may have gone to the north because they knew, that there was a certain level of freedom where they can move around. And then they started to gather, family, wealth or land. And you see a lot of those individuals in the prestige high Ivy schools, and they're initiates, so to speak.
And they show you that too. To add to Apostle, they show you that how some Jake were like free, so-called free, and other Jake was still in slavery. In that movie, 12 Years a Slave. Yeah. If you watch that movie, man, you see that very thing.
When you had Joe Rogan, he had talked about how there was a slave that got out of slavery, and then he came up, got some property, and he did the same thing that Esau did, man. Bought him some slaves.
Yeah, you had Jakes that brought their way out of slavery. There's a lot of stories certain movies show you that. You had, during slavery, you had well-to-do Negroes, man, that they went and brought other niggas as slaves.
Yeah, right. Well, just like you have it today, like how the boule, the black boule, the elite of our class, they'll actually, a lot of their stocks and investments aren't out to the public, but they invest in these prisons. Jay-Z, it's known that he has hella stocks invested in the prison system, the prison industrial complex, where majority of you niggas are locked up. And we know it's a revolving system, it's a revolving door, and a system behind that. But this man is getting paid off your servitude.
You said Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan is like, he was definitely one of them niggas back then that probably owned slaves. Yeah. He said he don't give a fuck that nigga. This was back in the 90s. I think 30-something years they asked him, do you care that young black kids are killing each other? Niggas are killing. We was talking about that in the shop. Niggas killing each other over Jordan sneakers.
Right. Chains.
Gold chain, that whole nigga culture shit.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Republicans buy sneakers too. It says, verse 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped.
Hold on, wait, we got to get that. It says your riches are what?
It says, your gold and silver is cankered.
Yeah, cankered meaning it's corrupted, it's corruptible, right? So you fighting for what the scriptures say, a corruptible crown. Right. You fighting for something that can get taken away from you at any moment. You see, because Yahweh, when the Pharisees was asking, okay, what do you say about paying taxes? Yahweh said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. All this shit, this dollar shit, the power of the dollar, or whatever currency your country just so happens to embrace. Okay, that shit is just that, it's currency. It flows in and out, but what's the true riches? People don't even know. Okay, but it's because, you know, ultimately, obviously we know wisdom is the truth. That's the most valuable thing. Wisdom is the principal thing, right? But these people worship money.
Yeah.
You see, that's why Yahushua said you cannot serve two masters, man. You can't serve the Most High and Mammon at the same time. Mammon representing the money. So that's why James was saying to the Israelites that had, you know, a certain level of wealth, you know, go to now you rich men, because that's a lot of our people's salvation is some commas in the bank.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about Yahushua coming back, and then they're dumbass. When Yahushua come back and we get our kingdom, riches, you're gonna be rich in the kingdom.
Right.
Innumerable riches. This Jake, what about their little house they got over here? Yeah, I got like 5 mil, 10 mil in the bank, 20 mil in the bank.
Which we not hating. That's cool.
Cool.
But what happened when the missiles coming? That 5 mil, you gonna build a missile defense system. You can't even buy one missile for 5 mil. Some of these missiles cost more than that. So what the hell you gonna do?
Yeah.
Because it's faith.
Con.
This is a faith thing. You know what I mean? Jake, there's pleasures. Our people are about pleasures.
Con.
That's it, man.
Yep.
You know, because they can't see the city beyond the forest, so to speak.
Con.
You know what I mean? They walk into a deep forest and lose faith. Those are the people that die in the woods. I can't survive. They can't see what. Look, man, let's keep moving. We get through this dangerous forest, but like past those trees, like they can't see the city beyond the forest.
Con.
You know?
They can't see past the straight gate. All they see is, nah, that looks too hard. Let me go to wide gate. Right. Let me go the way of destruction. But I got a precept. This is Proverbs 22 and verse 7. It says, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So even these people that we think got money, you know, 7 figure, 8 figures. Even, okay, perfect example. Kanye, right? Well, he was like at one point he was like worth over, you know, multiple billions of dollars, right? And then it was all over the news. His net worth dropped to like, you know, from multiple billion to now, then it was like, you know, 100 million or, you know what I mean? And basically he lost like 90% of his net worth in like a month, you know? Ultimately, because you gotta, all this shit is loans. You know, once you get to a certain point, you can't withdraw $1 billion out of the bank. You see? It's all credit, okay? You own this amount of asset, you can borrow against your asset, right? The borrower is servant to the lender. So even if you got all these assets, right? You financing that stuff. So the bank can take all that. They can take your shit. You see? Guess what? If you don't get that M to the O to the TB, yo man, all the assets that you got, you ain't gonna be able to collect interest or you know, an asset is something that generates income for you. You ain't gonna be able to receive payment from your businesses and from your real estate portfolio unless you take that. So now what?
And a lot of niggas gonna willingly take it. Certain people gonna have to be forced or threaten them to taking it.
Yeah.
But Jake initially is gonna willingly do it. But then they got that magic with it to you be able to see certain shit, like you could see or hear a bird. Like it's tapped in.
Right. Well, I think about it like this, the same way it was with the jump shot. Remember when it first came out, I don't know if y'all remember when it first came out, they was making it popular on TV. They had Mike Pence, which was Trump's old vice president, getting it on the you know, on live TV, you know, on TV. They had like, okay, yeah, we're gonna distribute it to the medical field. Oh, this is the first nurse that gets the jump shot.
Yeah, there was a stupid West Indian bitch, I believe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it was like a couple months, and then after like a lot of people, all the people that willingly was jumping the line to get it, then that's when they certain companies started saying, hey, look, if you ain't got this by this date, we're gonna have to let you go. So we're gonna transition from being optional, not even optional, encouraged, to enforced.
Yeah.
You see, it's all a transitionary period.
Damn.
So that lets you know, man, it plays on a downtrend, man. But y'all got it.
And then people started dropping dead.
Right.
They don't talk about that. Now they coming with it again because they saying it's a new, like type of virus
Like,
now.
Yeah.
But then they still telling you to get the old jump shot. But now they want it's the new and improved one for the new one. I forget what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people are through, man.
The bird.
Yeah, they was there. They was doing that during the whole, you know, during the whole scare back in 2021, starting 2019, really. You know what I'm saying? They say, well, you're going to have to, you know, we recommend that you take the, you know, recommend you take that shot.
Yeah, it was a recommendation at first.
Yeah, and then they started trickling on down to your job, which happened to me too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
If you ain't got it, you got to get this test.
yeah, you gotta
You
get
know,
tested
weekly
once,
test.
yeah,
Yeah.
weekly, or it was really monthly for me. But then it got worse every 2 weeks
Yeah.
to where, like the places that you were working at, the different job sites, they said, well, it could be so long until we can move you around to where we can find a spot for you no more. So
Yeah.
all these different spots are requiring it now.
Yep.
Like hospitals, government facilities, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they had a big meeting at my company, and they said, look, there's only so much we can move you around until we gotta let you go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's just what do they say?
Precursor.
A precursor to what's gonna happen, man. Because
Yeah.
you gotta think about, like, if you was, I said, I pray to the Lord. I said, man, y'all watch me out, shine, man. You know, if I gotta let go, I let go. But just give me the strength not to fold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I trusted the Lord, and I'm good, man. I'm actually in a higher position now since while I was back then. You know what I'm saying? You know, not to brag,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying?
Rakata Yahweh,
Yeah,
Yahweh.
yeah. Barak Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to, hey, you trust in the Lord, man, he's going to look out. You know what I'm saying? And this is just like the brother said, a precursor of things to come, so things are going to get way worse.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai keep that spirit on us to when the Esau really come down,
Yeah.
we're still going to keep that same mindset,
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they're gonna come down. You can see it culminate.
Yeah. Con. And niggas already forgot about 2020 though. That quick already, right?
Niggas, man, Jake is just out their mind.
Yeah.
They through. Jake is through, as y'all say.
Con. It's been less than 5 years since that whole thing. 'Cause remember, it started like in February, March of 2020.
Yeah.
Now it's January 2025. So it ain't even been 5 years
Right.
since all that, and then people already done forgot. Go ahead, Ak.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 3. It says, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And that's like it was a precursor. Lord, and like the brother said, the Lord gave us examples within our life to where withholding from this world, it leads to a higher position. And ultimately that's what we hope for as well, because the common theme with those with the C-19 and that whole epidemic was the contact tracing. They asked, because you went through buildings, they had to fill out a form. Have you contracted the plague within this amount of days? Have you been in contact with somebody within this many days ago? That's going to lead to that contact tracing, which is that's going to be pushed heavy again, man. And we know that's going to lead to ultimately this new technocracy, this new order, as these plagues start to ramp up on Egypt.
Yeah.
I got one.
And then remember that even if you didn't get it at the time, I was with my so-called
Diablo.
Yeah, that's
ex-girlfriend. This was about 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago.
That's a blade.
You had to get the testing. They shove that shit up.
Yeah.
Like they were suggesting it. Well, you got to get tested for.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it, but you got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were forcing that on people
Oh yeah.
to keep certain benefits.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't take it, you had to go but they stick that big Q-tip up your
Yeah.
fucking nose.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the chick, my ex-girlfriend I was with 3 years ago, she had to get that done.
Yep. So people gonna have to compromise. But this is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, Yea, and all that live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. Why? Because we're not partakers of this world. We're against this world. We're chanting it down. So you know, naturally, you know, if we were perceived as viruses, okay, or and you know, in the body, you know, the body's gonna reject us. You know, so we're like foreign. You know, we're like the scriptures say, pilgrims. Our pilgrimage. We're strangers in a foreign land. We have no continuing city, right? Because our mind is focused on the kingdom of Yahushua, which we're not in the kingdom of Yahushua yet, right? In the physical, in the spiritual, yeah, the kingdom of heaven is within you. We have the word, all right? You know, and we're waiting for it to come into fruition. But the point is in verse 13, it says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. You see that? So you got what? Seducers, people that try to get you to walk, to stumble along the way. Okay, evil men, people trying to make your job. You know, which this is our real occupation. You know, this is our profession, man. Okay, and it says, you know, it talks about that. You know, not to waver in our profession. You know what I mean? So this is our job, but it says they're gonna wax. Evil men and seducers are gonna wax worse and worse, trying to deceive, right? You, but the elect aren't going to be deceived, right. And then they're going to be deceiving the people. All right, so it's just a world of lies, and that's going back to the point. This place, Babylon the Great, every year gets worse and worse for this place, man.
Yeah.
You see, I got it.
And the scriptures say that, you know, if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect.
Right.
Which that very thing proves that it's not possible. So the elect will not be deceived. You know what I'm saying? And just to make an add, I wanted to add to the brother's point about his job, you know, when they were trying to push all that crap. And he said that he kept his faith in the Lord. Well, the scriptures, I want to bring this out real quick. This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus Sirach 2:10. It says, look at the generations of old, which is what we should be doing. Romans the 15th chapter. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to look upon the ancients, man, see how the Lord moved with our forefathers, and know, you know, like the scriptures say, it brings us comfort, you know what I'm saying, through these things, these different accounts of how the Lord delivered his men from different things, you know what I'm saying? He's going to do that same thing, and he's doing it in these times with his men today, man. The scriptures say that he don't change, Malachi, 3 and 6.
Yeah.
It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his spirit and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And the answer is no one, man. You know, if you have a trust and belief in the Lord, you're good, man. You know, he got you, man. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, he got us, bro. You know what I'm saying? We believe that. We believe the report, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're moving in that fear. You know what I'm saying? If you fear the Lord, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You have faith and belief in the Lord, you ain't got nothing to worry about, man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can walk. Y'all can walk.
Yeah,
Y'all
y'all
can walk.
can
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. These people ain't moving like that, man. You know? They don't have faith. They don't have that true belief, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why these things happen to them. But like the brother did, he had that faith. And like he said, he got a promotion. You know what I'm saying? You got all these dummies taking this jump shot, you know, and getting put to death. And the brother moved with that fear, that faith and trust and belief, and got promoted, man. Don't that tell you something?
Yeah.
Well, the dude that was over me, you know, after that whole thing happened, he was like, man, I feel like an idiot for taking it.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I took it for nothing. And then you know where he's at, man? He's not working with. He's not working there no more. I took his spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
No, it's spiritual though. It's spiritual.
No, that's a testimonial.
Con.
Yeah, man, he's not there no more, man. I'm in his spot now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always like, man, damn, like I feel like a damn, like it was pointless for me to take that.
Yeah. Well, a brother posted a video. There was like I don't know if it was Vice or one of them YouTube pages, popular YouTube pages. They were interviewing specifically so-called Negroes. They wasn't interviewing nobody else. Specifically, the so-called black man and woman about how they feel about the jump shot and the way that it was, the information that they received about how if they didn't take it, you know what I mean, how it would affect them. Hey, a lot of people was basically, they were like, man, I don't trust what I hear on the on the news no more.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust this thing no more.
Right.
So that might have been a little wake up call for certain jakes that maybe might have been on the fence. But man, ultimately, if you at a certain age, man, I mean, damn, how How many warnings do you need, you know, before you realize that this devil he ain't changed, man. He doesn't want what's best for you. But y'all got, you know, like so we get a couple
rusteth,
more.
so is his wickedness,
That's it.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. Sirach 12, man. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
That's it. He's the devil. He's the wicked. The scriptures say he was created, and can a leopard change his spot? The Ethiopian his skin? No, man. You know what I'm saying? So he that is accustomed to doing evil, he can't do good, man. That's all he can do. This dude was created the wicked. He was created for this.
Yeah.
You know, and he can't change that, man. But Jake can't get it.
And that faith, like you talked about, look, you read the scripture, look at the generations of old. You would see the reoccurring theme. For instance, the one of our forefathers, Daniel, right? He was persecuted and put in the lion's den, you know. But then that continual faith in the Most High, it pretty much, he was come out of that situation, and his enemies were destroyed, and he was put in a higher position. Of course, it was still under the Persian rule, but he was still, the Lord revealed more mysteries unto him. After the 6th chapter, you had the 7th of the Lord revealing the empires unto him. So continuing in the faith, you'll actually start to not only have the mysteries revealed unto you, but those mysteries that are spoken upon, those wonders are going to be evident within your life. You know, the brother brought out that example of, you know, his own experience, and that's going to continue in these times as well, man.
I got a precept. This is we'll get a couple more to close up. This is Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name."
Man,
Okay, towards his name. Okay, so what's his name, Nate?
right.
You know, we're gonna receive the name in the kingdom. Well, come on, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Right.
You see?
Yeah, when it comes to having faith in the Lord, or even showing some kind of a charity to a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing that, in the name of the Lord, man. You see a brother, you know what I'm saying, and you help him out. You're not doing it, to show off like these damn Christians do. Like, look what I'm doing.
Anti-Messiah Christians.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anti-Messiah Christians, man. They ain't putting them, FaceTiming themselves like, you see, look, I'm having, they not. We don't do that, man. We do it because we care about the brother, man. We want to help him out.
Or like IUIC. See, them dudes, they're another ones that like money. That's, man, y'all brought the scripture out earlier.
Yeah, James 5.
About man, serve the Lord or serve mammon.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No. So that's the thing. A lot of it, and when you read up in that 2 Timothy 3, it talks about that. Basically, individuals that come in, and teaching false prophecies and heresies, man. For filthy lucre, which is just, for pleasures of sin for a season, ultimately.
Yeah. But and too, 2025, we're about to see a ramp up on the Lord taking away the monies, man. Esau coming down, because now there's a law, right, that the IRS can come perform a inquisition, right, upon you or your establishment. If you have a 501c3, right, they don't have to have any evidence. They can just deem you as a terroristic threat, and then make inquisition upon your records and take away your title of a 501c3 establishment, and then get into your assets, man.
Yeah.
And then that's your ass for your assets.
Right. Yeah. Well, but you see, a 501c3, that's just tax exempt. Right. Tax exempt, enterprise, operation, if you will. So you get to keep the, it's like a charity. You donate something to charity, right? Let's say you have a property and it's worth, $1 million. Well, if you donate it to charity, basically you still get to reap the benefits of owning that property, right? Without having to necessarily sell it and then pay the taxes when you sell your property. That's when you gotta pay taxes, right? But if you donate to charity, then technically they can't collect taxes off that, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar with a 501c3 is just a tax exemption organization. right? Meaning you don't have all the collections and the donations you receive. It's just that it's a donation. You don't have to pay taxes on it, and you can still build systems within it, you know. And then you can use the proceeds, as they say, the proceeds to this will go. Some of the profits will go to this foundation, that, you know. So they take a little bit of cream off the top,
Right.
you know.
First fruits.
But ultimately, that's all through Esau's stuff. You see, we don't need to do none of that with the Church of the Lord. They wasn't doing that in Acts. What was that? Acts. What was that? I think it's the 6th chapter. What it was said, talk about the wives were being neglected in daily administration. Acts 6. You know what I mean? When they was getting together, and selling their belongings, and basically organizing themselves. That wasn't no 501c3 involved in that, or no form of that involved in there. It was just honesty, and the people that wasn't forthcoming, they got found out. Ananias and Sapphira, an example of that. You know what I mean? So, hey man, the Lord's dealing with integrity, man.
Yeah.
But y'all got it. We'll get a couple more. We'll close up.
The Lord seeth as man sees, or the Lord don't see it as man sees.
Yeah.
The Lord looks upon the heart. I forget where that's at.
It's in 1 Samuel. Yeah.
That sincerity and integrity is that's the accountability factor that a lot of people aren't considering. Like you brought up these Christians or these anti-messiahs, man. They'll want to pray for you, but then they got the selfie stick over here with their head bowed, and it's
Go live,
man.
you praying on a live stream.
Yeah.
Well, we on the live stream, but I'm talking about Twitch, or subscribe here. They donate. No, what's the what's your boy? No, the Jake. Y'all know the dude that's talking about you gonna build all these schools. The Jake with the little dreads. Dr. Umar Johnson.
He ripped them off.
What do you say? Donations. Gifts and donations. Gifts and donations.
The only people following him are stupid black women.
Right.
Because even a lot of these so-called black men, Apostle Tahar said that years ago. After a while, a man will figure shit out. Women are simple. As long as you feed a woman's ego, they'll just blindly follow shit. Women, all these dumb black women, they come up like they're so intelligent and smart, and they're really just dummies. They're dumb but stupid, retarded little girls. Umar Johnson, that's why he said that black queen shit and all that. The sisters get with the sisters. He's hustling them. That's his hustle.
Come on, that's right. I'm gonna finish this out in this Hebrews 6, and we'll close up. It's Hebrews 6, in the middle of verse 10. It says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints, and do minister." Ministering is what? Servitude. Okay, that's free. We don't charge for videos, man. Okay, verse 11, it says, "And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved." Right? So our apostles, starting with the apostles and elders, bishops, there are examples, man, of the level of diligence that we should be doing, that we should be putting out, man. Spudazo, that word for diligence is spudazo, which means constant, strenuous effort. Okay? We're constantly putting our hand to the plow until we receive that penny, man. Okay, as we see in this mug crumble down according to prophecy, we see it, everything's lining up. It's a beautiful sight. So we should only be more excited, like the scriptures say, as you see the day approaching, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I have, brothers. I don't know if you had any.
I'll make a final point, just
Okay.
because you made that point on the name, and of course we know over there at IUIC they teaching that we ain't gonna get the name to the kingdom.
Right.
So I just want to bring this out real quick. Which Proverbs 18:10 says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe, man. How you gonna go into that strong tower if we don't have the name? You can't call upon the name. That's how you run into it, by calling upon it, man. But this is 2 Esdras chapter 2, and I get to the point. I'll start at about verse 45. It says, "He answered and said," this is going into that ceremony after the deliverance of the nation of Israel, beginning to start with the elect. It says, "And he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. and have confessed the name of the Most High, now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the
palms on the side note, palms represent what?
Victory.
Victory, that's it, the water. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Con. It says, then said I unto the angel, what young person is this that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the name is, come on, man. How you gonna make light of that? This is that ceremony after the deliverance. So if you teaching we don't got the name, you're not gonna be a part of this ceremony right here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you repent, man.
I don't know no woman that can get married to a man without knowing his name.
Right.
And that's calling him by another name.
Man,
that's
makes no sense.
that's a high offense in a relationship, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. Con. Got anything else? Hey, so man, Lord willing, Abaratazah, this was edifying. With that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Hakawadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.